Hello world and welcome to another episode of FooBar. In today's episode, I want to show you how to use the new feature from Amazon SNS, that is the payload-based messaging filter. So this was announced last month. I know it's not extremely new, but it's something that a lot of people were asking. And if you are using event-driven architectures, EDA, this will be something that you love. And a lot of our customers that are using EDA were asking for this feature. So why? Because the idea of being able to do filtering based on the payload makes the application very powerful. Now you don't need to modify your consumers and you can create subscriptions to everything basically. And then in the subscription level, you can basically do specific filtering depending on what you want to consume. So let me open the blog post that shows this launch, because there is a nice diagram here that we can check. So for example, the diagram shows an application that has the filtering done and sends to different queues different messages. So both of these queues are subscribed to the SNS topic, subscribe normally, but they have a different policy. One is filtering messages that contains the word auto, while other is filtering the ones that have the home word. And this will make that this is for an insurance company, the events that are coming related to cars will go to the auto queue, and the ones for home will go to the queue related to that. And then different pipelines can take different things. And you don't need to change your creation of these events. You can create them as normally, but then you just integrate them into your application a little different. SNS already had some kind of attribute-based filtering, but it was a little bit hard to use. So with the new messaging filtering, you can create these filter policies based on the content inside the message, pretty straightforward, and then you can connect it to your applications. So let's see this in an example. I will go to my favorite demo in all the world, that is my e-commerce site. This site we have been building with many steps. I leave you the playlist in the description, but basically this is running now on App Runner. It's using DynamoDB as the database, and in the previous video we have hooked the DynamoDB streams with event bridge pipes. So now everything that is going on in our system is being sent to the pipe, and the pipe is filtering all the events that are inserting into the table. So basically now we have these pipes that is filtering out all the inserts into this Dynamo table, and we are there. And up to now, basically we have this description that is here, and it doesn't have any filtering, that is receiving all the events that are going on. So for example, if I do a purchase in my site, or I do anything that will create an insert thing in my table, I will receive an email that says, hey, here is your new insert. Also, if I upload an image, for example, I can upload this, I can put some price, and this will also send a notification to my email that we can see here. So now let's imagine that we only want the events that are inserting new products. So we want to get a notification when someone inserts a new product. So this is the event that we are getting from the pipe. So basically now we have our Dynamo table sending all the data streams into pipe. Pipe is filtering the inserts, and then everything is sent to the subscription. So if we grab those inserts of only the products, this is the event. And you can see here that there is this Dynamo object. This is what the stream is sending. And we can see here some information that is interesting. We can see the keys and we can see the new image. There is no old image because this is an insert. But if we go to the keys, we can see here that the primary key and the secondary key, the sort key, has the product hash. This means that we are inserting, because we already know that this is an insert, to the products kind of category. Because we are using single table design, we have a lot of things that get inserted into our table that are not products. So in order to know when we are inserting a product, we know that when we do update on the primary key product, we do an insert on the primary key product. Basically, we are updating a product. So we are going to create a subscription based on that. So here is our email subscription that we have created previously. We have the protocol, the email address, and the topic ARN. That's something we have done in the previous video. This subscription is assigned to a topic. We have created this in the previous video as well. And all of this is connected to this pipe. The pipe has the source as the dynamo and has this filter criteria of the insert and has the target, the topic. So now in our email subscription, what we are going to do is we are going to add these two lines here. The first one is the filter policy scope. We need to define that is the message body. And then we need to put the filter policy. So first thing here, people that are using CDK might be saying, hey, Marcia, why you're using a level 1 constructor? That's a great question, because the constructor level 2 for CDK, for subscriptions, doesn't allow you to do this for email subscriptions and send payloads, filter message payloads. So I'm using the level 1 constructor that is basically connected to CloudFormation directly, and I can do whatever I want. So here I have my message body, that is the filtering I want to do, and then I write my filter policy. And this is really cool about CDK. I just write a JSON object and then I can match it. So if you see here, this is the path, dynamo, keys, primary key, S from string, and then this is, we are going to check if the prefix starts with product hash. And if you look, let me try to put this one under the other one. So let's keep that one here. You can see here, dynamo, keys, primary key, S, and then prefix. So whatever doesn't have the prefix product hash will not pass to the subscription. So what we can do here is to deploy this by running CDK deploy on that stack, and then we can see this in action. So before we were getting emails all the time. Now let's see what happens. So let's fast forward until everything is deployed. So now our subscription is deployed with the filter policy. So if we go to our topic, we can see here the subscription, and we can go here to the subscription filter policy, and we can see that the policy in place. So let's try to buy something. Before that was sending us an email. Let's see if now that happens. Let's see, let's purchase the product. I don't think we are getting anything new. That's good. Now let's upload a product. That is something that should send us an email. So let's check that. Yes, here is the email. And you can see that it has, if you decode this in Visual Studio Code, you can see that it has the structure of the event that I sent you. Yeah. That's the video for me today. It's a short video where I want to show you this new feature. I think it works very well for the use case of Dynamo streams and pipes and all these things that we have been working on. If you like this content, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. This is the last episode on my series on Dynamo for a while, but let me know what you would like me to work on next. I always like to build these bigger projects now, so I'm working on my next one, but I'm always listening to your problems, where you struggle, what you would like me to work on, just let me know. And before you go, here I leave you a video about pipes, and also I leave you the playlist for the whole how we build this site. I see you in the next episode of FooBar. Ciao, ciao!